right. We received the Ultraboost 21 today, and Michelle got her own pair in a women's size 10 as well. And at first I was gonna go with the white colorway, but I really liked the way this one stood out, and I knew I would get that white really nice and dirty, and that would have been fun too, but I opted for this colorway. So here we go. So the Ultraboost 21 by Adidas. And so if you're watching this, more than likely you've been watching a lot of reviews about this shoe. You've probably heard a lot about its weight, which people say it's heavy. This is a size 10. I don't know how much it weighs exactly. It doesn't feel too heavy, but I've been going a different route so far this year and getting into some cushioned running shoes. So I previously shared that I'm already running in a pair of the Parlay trail shoes, and this is another shoe made with Parlay. And then so those are my two cushioned Adidas shoes this year. And Adidas, again, is not a brand that we carry, but one that we would love to carry. And so there's so much hype about this shoe right here, and it got me excited that I was like, well, I got to try it out, and then talked Michelle into trying a pair out too. So this will pair up, or should pair up nicely with the Hoka Clifton 7s that I got from Seven Hills Running Shop in Seattle. And those have been nice and cushioned, and the Clifton 7s have actually been the best Hoka that I've ever run in, the Hoka Clifton 7. So I've tried other Hokas and just haven't worked out for me, but the Hoka Clifton 7 is great, nice cush ride. Everything that you know or have heard about the Clifton shoe is true with the 7. I was hoping to get a 6, but everybody was out of the 6. Unless you went onto eBay and wanted to spend $200-300 on the shoes for the 6, which I didn't want to do. So I've been really happy with the 7. So last year in 2020, due to the pandemic, I started off running in the backyard in March when we were quarantined for the first time, and so that got me into running in zero drop and barefoot style running shoes, which was Zero. So that brought me back into Zero shoes, which we now carry. And I own a pair of Zero sandals. I own the Prio. I own the Mesa Trail. I have the Oswego, which to date is my favorite Zero shoe, and I don't even use it for running. It's just my all day, every day walking around shoe that I use, whether it's at the house or if I'm running errands or if we're out and about on town or traveling. That Zero Oswego is just a wonderful shoe, and I love it. And I just got the HFS from Zero, and I'll be trying that out soon. But anyway, this is about this shoe, and yeah, it does feel heavy, but for me, and I don't know if this happens to you, that sometimes you have trouble maintaining that easy pace. And so that means that sometimes you may go out too fast and die later a little bit, or you may go out too fast and then maintain that fast pace or even faster. And so what I found, even when I've gone out to intentionally run a really slow, easy pace, that I end up picking up the pace more, and based upon how my body feels or how I'm feeling at the moment. And so that just means I end up running a lot faster than I meant to. And so I know that's part of the mental thing about running, especially when you're doing different runs on different days throughout the weeks and months. And so the shoe that's really helped me with that is the Under Armour Machina, the Hover Machina shoe, and that's a nice cushion shoe, good for long, slow runs. I've really been enjoying the cushioning in that shoe. So I've been wearing that one for the easy runs, and as well as the Clifton 7 was intended for that. And I do find myself in the Clifton 7 running more like when you see Jim Walmsley, how there's like that. It's just that it's almost like a gallop, or like the way like a deer runs. So it's not like really natural. I like it. I mean, but it does move your foot and leg in a different way, and it slows down your cadence, or at least I feel like that. It does make you does tend to push you towards making those bounding leaps versus a low efficient stride. But anyway, enough about those shoes. So I haven't worn this yet. I just opened the box. Michelle's running on it in the treadmill right now, and she says she likes it. Her concern right now is, she said, is the knit upper. And so it's a very stretchy material, a very stretchy knit. So I can see her wiggling her toes, and I've seen different reviews on the overall fit. I have not put this on my foot yet, but Michelle, in her size, her true to size 10, it was very generous at the toe. So her toes actually came up before this extra toe guard right here, the darker yellow or fluorescent yellow that goes around here. And so her toes, on one foot it came up just barely right here, and then on the other foot it came up right here. And so she usually has trouble finding size 10 women's that fit true to size, and so she really liked having that very generous fit in the toe box. It does look like it's fits nice and comfortable on her foot, and I'll put these on tomorrow. I've been nursing an ankle injury for a little over 2 weeks. So a little over 2 weeks ago, I injured it on a hike. And then this weekend, I injured that same ankle again in the same way. So I've been doing a lot of rehab on it, but I definitely got to get it back out there, just because, I love to get out there and run. And the ankle's well enough that I can put some pressure and weight on it, and I've been able to do that since I sprained it, so it's not too bad. So it's a sock-like upper. There isn't a separate tongue. It's all one piece, which is nice, and the nice bright color is cool. I don't really run at night anymore. I do run in the morning or afternoons, but you can definitely be seen in this shoe. And so this is that plate that people talk about, and is part of the main technology of the shoe. People don't talk much about this plate right here, or this rubber, but there is a plate right here, and you can feel it because you can't bend the shoe right here. It's just kind of stuck there, just kind of like some of those carbon fiber shoes out there, and also all of the On running shoes, although On has more flexibility in some of their models with their speed plates. So I'm really looking forward to trying this with the wide shaped toe box area, especially there around the midfoot, where the ball of the foot sits, and trying out this not just the Boost, which will be my first time trying Boost, but also the this design, and then also with the Continental tire rubber out on the toe box, which I'm not sure why you would need that, especially if this is a shoe where you're going to run on your midfoot or your forefoot, unless you're running on your heel, which is not desirable, or if you're running towards the back of your heel. And so some of the reviews I've seen have talked about the Boost, how it comes out, it's 6% more, and how the foot actually rests lower than where this foam is. So and it's not a whole lot. I mean, just because this foam at the top isn't underneath your foot doesn't mean that you're not getting some benefit from it. It actually helps with disbursement of the forces as you land. So whether that's in the forefoot or midfoot or towards the back of your shoe, when you land and your foot hits, instead of it going straight up through the heel when you strike, it's going to get dispersed. And so that's the reason also for some of these designs where you see it flares out at the bottom. So there's dispersing it out this way. And then when you're coming down on impact and making your stride, it's dispersing out down towards the ground. So pretty interesting. So the there you have that geometry and what it's designed for, and then you have that tail end where Nike and Hoka have some of their carbon plated shoes that flare out in the back. So this flares out a little bit, and that again, that's just for the disbursement of force from your foot landing to your foot taking off. So pretty cool. Interested to try these out. So I'll have more after my first run in these. Okay, so I did forget to check the insole and show that to you, which is pretty interesting. And I haven't seen other reviewers take it out and really show you what it's like, but it's pretty cool what they've done. So this is the insole. It's pretty thin, made with prime blue and recycled plastic from the ocean, and as you can see, it's ribbed or has ridges in there. There are these tiny squares from heel to toe, and then outside of the Adidas logo that's on the insole. So that isn't remarkable by itself, although it is pretty cool. But when you take that out, and hopefully you can see that, you see all those dots. So it has these, all these marks or holes dotted, which kind of match up or would align with what's on the insole. And so the reason for doing that is so that you don't get that slippage that sometimes occurs in some shoes and some brands where the insole can slide around a bit. So that hopefully should catch that and not have an issue with the insole sliding around on this shoe, and makes it more comfortable. The other thing is that this that overlay right there is right on top of the cushioning right there. So as you can see the white through there, so that's directly on the Boost. So you're directly on the Boost. So there isn't, or as far as I can tell, just from looking in here, there isn't a plate on top of there, but there might be one directly underneath on the inside. It does feel firm, but yeah, so there you can see that. So I think that's a pretty cool minor detail that would really make a difference for a running shoe. And because I know that I've had that problem in running shoes before, and I know other people have had that problem, and sometimes people take out their insoles and replace them with ones that don't come with the shoe, and that's not something I'd like to do. I'd like to keep the insole that came with the shoe, because that's part of the design, and that insole is meant to work with the shoe. So it's never been more clear than I think this that I've seen, and there may be other shoes that I haven't seen before or worn, but that's a pretty cool idea, and I really like that. And it should make for not just a comfortable ride, but a hassle-free ride once I get these on my feet tomorrow. So still really excited about that. It did come, one shoe came with a tag on there, and with a piece of like maybe some grass or yarn what that's tied on there with, and so that's a pretty cool feature. Very, like I said before, very rigid plate right there in the forefoot. It runs, looks like it looks like it would run through the midsole here, and I'm not sure if it does exactly where that black line is, and it descends on there and gets lighter, but very, very rigid right here in the forefoot. So that's pressing up quite a bit, and as you can see, that's where that rocker comes in, and so that's a pretty set rocker. You're not going to be able to get out of that. So if you're somebody who doesn't like a rocker on their shoe, at any level, like if you're an ultra wearer, I wear ultras, but I've also, since I started wearing these more cushion shoes, I've come to expect that in these newer shoes, and that have that the plate in there to give you that snappy push off. And so really interested to see how this is all going to work with that. And so and especially this middle grippy outsole right here, this rubber, and that could also be continental, but it's interesting the way it's placed right there. And then this plate around here, this black one, and then you have the pink one here, and it's really interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they all work together. This is rubber as well. It looks like plastic, but it's actually rubber. And then you have the exposed boost material along the sides. Well, actually, this is a clear rubber that goes around it. A rear goes from the midfoot to the heel, and then in the middle is where you have that exposed Ultra Boost material, which is normal, because that helps, and it's also indented, so there's a little cavity right there, and that's normal in running shoes to see, because that helps take away some of the weight of the shoe, especially like where you don't need it. So even if you're a heel striker, you're gonna land back here, you're not gonna land right here, and then the midfoot's right here, and then the forefoot's right there. So anyway, just a detail I wanted to share about the insole real quick. All right, today is the day. It is Groundhog Day, February 2nd, and I'm about to embark on my first run in the Adidas Ultraboost 21. So I just thought I would shoot a short video of me putting them on and see how they feel. Get my first reaction putting them on. Oh, feels nice. Nice snug fit around the foot. That knit upper feels great. See, this is size 10 and I'm a 10, so my toes coming up right there. So ample room there. Very comfortable fit. Really feels great around the foot, the midfoot. Wow, feels really good. Can't really tell yet about the cushioning because on carpet, and I'm concentrating on the fit. So that's nice that the laces aren't too long. It does come up to the very top hole, and there isn't an extra side eyelet, which really I don't think you need because of the sock-like fit and the way it feels and fits around the metatarsal area or ball of the foot, and then right here in the midfoot it really locks you down. And I don't even know that it's the plastic cage that's doing that, although I'm sure it's holding it in place and giving it some stability right there. But it's just a really nice, soft feeling upper. And I wasn't sure how the heel / pull tab would feel, but you can see it still turns away It's soft, it's padded. In fact, there's padding around the ankle on both sides to help keep your foot in place. And so this is pretty cool. I really like that feature. And let's see how my left foot goes. And I'm finally gonna cut the tag after making sure they fit. And if you want to see the official tag, there it is, the Ultraboost 21, and there's the back of the tag. Yeah, so really nice fit. And here's some of that padding. I don't know if you can see it that I was talking about on both sides of the heel. Also on where the Achilles heel goes, and then also on the inside there. So plenty of cushioning around there, so that you don't get any rubbing from the upper, and also to help keep your foot in place as you pick up your foot and leg for each stride. So I will say, so it's not exactly, well, the outer upper is a one-piece design. The padding on the inside is stitched separately, and it's stitched as a one-piece addition, so it's not a separate pad sewn in, a separate pad, and then the heel cushion. It's all just a one piece that is sewn in on top of the sock-like upper. Oh yeah. Wow, this side feels even more secure than the other side, but that's because I do have a swollen ankle right here, and it's made my foot on my left side a little larger than normal, but I'm able to walk on it and put pressure. Yeah, so I mean, you really, or at least for me, I don't have to tighten these laces any more than the sock. I mean, the upper is just so comfortable and fits immediately when you put the shoe on, that you don't really need to tighten it. In fact, it might be kind of hard to tighten, but you really don't need to. So it feels really good. Let's see. Okay, let's give them a walk around. Yeah, so just initial walk impression around the house. The dogs are there. There's Max. There's Bosch. Okay, feels good. It doesn't feel like, right now, just walking in them, it doesn't feel super cush. But it's soft and comfortable on my left leg, my left foot, and my ankle. As you can see, that's my problem leg and foot and ankle, but it does feel a little firmer in the heel and in the midfoot as far as the cushioning. But on my right foot, which is fine, it feels a lot more cushioned. So good initial feel. Okay, so I finished my run, did a little over 3 miles, which I know is not a lot, but ran around the neighborhood and was on mostly asphalt, a little bit of sidewalk, and then a little bit of small section of grass when hard packed dirt. So it's definitely an interesting ride, and it kind of, the feeling of the shoe underfoot kind of changed, and throughout the run, and so I would definitely say I felt this roller right here, which is what it feels like. It doesn't feel like a plate or something that's really like a shocking contact and reaction to a plate. It just this really just feels, it's almost like a semicircle or half a ball under your foot, and so it rolls rather than you know, strikes hard and then bounces right back up off like a carbon plate would, which makes for that snappy fast ride. So definitely a roller. So in between my strides and stuff throughout the run, I could feel the roller. And so sometimes it felt comfortable, and sometimes it felt like it was making my foot go to sleep a little bit, and then sometimes it felt like it was massaging it. So it just kind of went like this throughout my run. And then as far as the shoe, it didn't feel heavy, but it does run slow. So that means that it's not a fast shoe, which is great because this is what I've been looking for, a shoe that I can wear on long runs or recovery runs that are supposed to be slow or really slow, which hopefully you're doing on your runs too. So while it doesn't feel heavy on the foot, I'll just say again that it is a slow running shoe. And so you want to get in your long or short, easy miles in this, your recovery runs, your well below marathon pace runs or 10K runs. This is where you want to get in your so-called junk miles. So this shoe is really great for that. And so I recommend it for that. Again, the ride was a little weird. It did just go in between feeling like massaging, feeling really cushioned, and feeling a little numbing like around here. But you know, that'll take more breaking in, I think. And I think this shoe is something that's really gonna get comfortable and probably shine after you get in 100 miles in this shoe. By the time you kind of wear some of that in, the rubber in, and get some wear on there, and then also as the midsole begins to flatten a bit or decompose a bit, like midsoles do. So definitely the upper felt great because of my injury on my left ankle. I didn't realize my foot was so swollen, but it's pretty swollen. But it still felt really good on my left foot. You know, I did feel some of the things I just mentioned more. I did feel a little tight, but that's because of my ankle injury, which has made my left foot a little wider than normal, and that's because of the swelling. Although it is okay, and that's why I went for a short run versus a mid-length or longer run in these today. So yeah, so if you've been looking for your long run shoe, if you're looking for that shoe to keep you honest on your easy and super easy runs, and haven't been able to find that shoe that will help you do that, because I know sometimes it's hard to run slow, especially if you're feeling good and things like that. But this is definitely the shoe you want to have in your arsenal for that. And like I said, I think after 100 miles, this shoe will really start to feel broken in. It might be before that, it could be like 75 miles, but definitely see this lasting a long time with the Continental Tire outsole, and especially that rubber right here. It's just really interesting, and it's just a really a rolling feeling. So pretty cool. So I like it for my first run. Getting to get in some more miles in this shoe. If you have any other questions, feel free to comment below, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, let me know your thoughts, or if you have questions. Like I said, if you have questions, let me know, or your thoughts if you've gotten this shoe and worn it. I know this is probably going to be a popular shoe with sneakerheads just because of the overall comfort, and they look really sharp. So yeah, so they do look really cool. And they feel pretty cool on your feet too. So y'all take care, and we'll see you next time. And if there's a shoe you want me to review, let me know. I do have quite an array of shoes, and I haven't even reviewed all of them yet, so I will get to those eventually, including the Flight Vective by North Face.